around like all-in-one blanket suits.
It says Monster Ball on the front.
Wow. Well, like, you have to send me one of those.
But I don't wear... It's fine that I don't... Do I have to dress that way?
No.
No.
But I'm saying...
It's all right to be different.
It's fabulous to be different.
Everyone who's watching.
You know I'm not saying, but I'm thinking I would like to see... Could you conceive of coming on here one time and just show us... maybe sneak out for a second at the end and wave, just wearing whatever you normally wear when you've fallen out of bed.
I look impossibly fresh when I fall out of bed. But I would say this, that I would rather die than have my fans not see me in a pair of high heels.
well,
and that's showbiz.
That's a mission statement. Let me ask you about... can I ask you about your personal life?
Hello?
Well, OK, I won't push it, but I was just curious as to whether or not there is, at the moment, a Lord Gaga.
I'm actually... I don't really have time to get to know anybody. I'm sort of single and alone, but I'm not miserable. Not yet. I'm sure it's coming. It's looming.
No,
but I don't have time to get to know anybody on the road, and I am so busy, and nobody will put up with my craziness.
I'm sure... Come on. I'm sure there will be someone out there.
Jonathan, I just threw my last tour out the window and put a new show together in 2 weeks.
But if you are over here, whatever you do, don't marry a footballer, OK?
Why would I marry a footballer?
Exactly. That's a question any sane girl should ask herself.
I feel completely detached from the celebrity world. I mean, I know that I do get, sort of hounded a bit, but you never see me falling out of nightclubs.
No, you don't. You're not that...
Other people. I really don't know anybody. I don't have any friends.
You don't have any friends? Well, maybe we should...
I have my friends. My friends are amazing. They're all backstage getting...
Michael's perked up there. Michael, don't get ahead of yourself. Who's over there? Let's have a look.
Those are my friends. Oh, those are my friends. I love them so much.
One in particular wants to show you just how big a friend he is there. That was like a friend dance he did there.
No, they're actually all on tour with
Gaga,
me.
do people try and engage with you as a friend? I mean, do you have people come up to you, or do you just... I guess you're not seen out and about in normal places. People can't meet you.
It's funny because I don't go out very much. I love people, but I don't love old people.
You don't love old people?
No, well, it's always... I mean, I'm just being realistic and honest, and I just feel very uncomfortable when I go to those really big, giant celebrity events, and people will walk right by me and not even look at me as if I'm not there.
Well, they're scared of you. If you wear a lobster on your head, they're scared. They're a bit... You know what I mean? No, they're probably intimidated.
Isn't it just nice to say hello?
Yeah, well, they should say that. But,
good morning.
But I can't believe that. I think... Because when I was at the Brits, everyone was excited you were there, and everyone wanted to talk to you.
I didn't speak to anyone at the Brits.
Shall I tell you why?
OK.
Because... And obviously you need security around you, but I was hanging out the back and we were waiting to drive home, and I saw you getting out your car, and obviously you had this big, huge meringue of hair on your head, which looked incredible, and you had a great effort, but you kind of had a lot of people around you to get you into the car and get you there, and it kind of looked like... It was a bit like, I imagine how it must have been to try and talk to an American president. You know what I mean? There was a lot of hustle and bustle and security around you, and I guess you have to have that because you're a very big character.
Actually, it was probably just because my hat was very big and I couldn't get into the car alone.
One thing before you go to perform, because are you going to get changed again to perform, or are you going to do it in this?
Yes, I'm going to
I thought you probably would get changed again, yeah. One fun thing, though, I've seen you've duetted with so many people recently. You've so many big talents. Anyone particularly you've got your eye on that you'd love to work with?
Actually, right now, I just did a telephone video with Beyonce, which is coming out this week.
Wow.
And, I don't really want to do a duet with anyone right now. No, I'm happy with what... I think it's important for, especially in the pop world, when there's so many duets and features all the time, I think it's important for the sort of legacy of your music to stand on your own 2 feet as much as possible. So I probably won't do anything for a while, actually.
Well, you don't need... I just wonder whether... I mean, David Bowie, would you like to work with him?
Yeah. That was the one I wasn't going to say, but there you go.
Why were you not going to say that?
Because it's very private, and it's for very it's private. He's for me it's like.
Have you spoken to him? Have you met him?
No. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's very sacred to me. I don't like to talk about artists that I've met. I do have a few very lovely relationships with artists that are much older than I am that I don't talk about, and I don't talk about it because it's meaningful to me, and I think that to talk about it is to exploit it, and it's meaningful to me to speak to people that you've admired your entire life, and for them to guide you and give you advice. That's sacred to me. I just couldn't. Hanging up on you again.
You took a long time to do it, though. Actually, that was a long... Now, before you go to perform, one final thing I want to ask. When you did the Royal Variety performance here, which was a great performance, and it seemed to me that the Queen genuinely enjoyed what you did. What did she say to you afterwards? Because there's a picture of you two together, and you can see she's loving the look, she's loving the whole thing, and that is a fantastic, once again, a great outfit for you. And she's someone who knows her way around a hat. We know that, you know. So she must have felt there was a bond, I guess. She
was very nice. She said to me, I haven't told anyone yet. I didn't even tell my dad, so he's going to be mad. But he, so I leaned down, I bowed to her, and then she said, "That is a very big piano that you have." So I started laughing, and I said, "Yes, it was." I was so nervous. It's the Queen. It's the Queen. I mean, there is no greater lady than the Queen.
There is no great lady than the Queen. And let's face it, if she wanted a big piano as yours, she could have had one. So she was
could have
impressed
just
by the
taken it.
song.
I'll take it. She could have taken it with her.
I want your piano, Gaga.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to perform. Which song are you going to do? You're going to do Telephone for us?
I've never done Telephone live.
You've never done it live before?
No. Well, I've done it live on the tour, but not on TV.
And this, you duet with Beyonce on this, on the...
Yes, but she's not here.
Well, would you, if you need, you know, I'm here, Michael Ball is here, we'd both happily step in.
Listen, I don't know if anyone can shake it like she does.
Have you seen Michael dance? If anyone can shake it like Beyonce, it's Ball. There you go. No, we're not going to inflict that on you or indeed us. Lady Gaga is going to perform Telephone for us, but will you join me in saying thank you to her for coming back on the show and for being not just a brilliant tenor, but also for talking to us in a way which I think was very open, and it was lovely to see you a bit more relaxed than last time.
I'm relaxed, thank you.
Fantastic. Lady Gaga, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that all shiny. Yes, she's going to get changed again. Thank you to all my guests tonight. The magnificent Michael Ball.